When you hear the name Cleopatra, you probably picture a glamorous queen covered in gold, dramatically lounging around while powerful men fight over her. But here's the thing. A lot of what people think they know about Cleopatra comes from movies, rumors, and ancient gossip. In reality, Cleopatra was one of the smartest and most fascinating rulers in history. So today, let's look at 5 surprising facts about Cleopatra that most people never learn in school. And trust me, some of these sound like they came straight out of a Netflix series. Fact number 1. Cleopatra wasn't actually Egyptian. Cleopatra is probably the most famous Egyptian queen ever, but she wasn't ethnically Egyptian. Her family came from Macedonia in northern Greece. They were descendants of one of the generals who served under Alexander the Great after Alexander conquered Egypt. His general founded a dynasty that ruled the country for nearly 300 years. By the time Cleopatra was born, her family had been ruling Egypt for generations. So technically, the most famous Egyptian queen wasn't Egyptian at all. It's kind of like moving to a country, staying there for centuries, and then becoming the face of that entire civilization. History can be weird. Fact number 2, she spoke around 9 languages. Forget the beauty stories for a second. Cleopatra's real superpower was her brain. Ancient writers claimed she could speak around 9 languages. Besides Greek, she reportedly spoke Egyptian, Hebrew, Arabic, Ethiopian, and several other regional languages. Most rulers at the time needed interpreters to talk to foreign visitors. Cleopatra, she often spoke directly to ambassadors herself. Imagine showing up to negotiate with the queen, expecting a translator, and then she greets you in your own language. Instant intimidation. Fact number 3. She once smuggled herself into a palace. This sounds completely made up, but it actually happened. When Cleopatra was fighting for control of Egypt, she needed to meet Julius Caesar, the problem. Her enemies controlled the palace and wouldn't let her in. So according to ancient accounts, Cleopatra had herself wrapped inside a rug or possibly a large sack of bedding ants secretly carried into Caesar's quarters. Imagine being the servant delivering that package. Here's your delivery, sir. What is it? UH a queen. A few moments later, out pops Cleopatra. Talk about making an entrance, forget red carpets. She literally arrived as the carpet. Fact number 4. Ancient propaganda destroyed her reputation. A lot of the stories portraying Cleopatra as a manipulative seductress came from her enemies. After her death, Octavian wanted to justify defeating her and taking control of Egypt. So Roman writers often painted Cleopatra as a dangerous temptress who used charm to control powerful men. It was excellent political propaganda. Think of it as the ancient version of a social media smear campaign, except instead of lasting a few weeks, it lasted more than 2,000 years. Modern historians believe Cleopatra was primarily a skilled politician, strategist, and ruler, but the dramatic stories were more entertaining, so those are the ones that survive. Basically, history's gossip channels won. Fact number 5. Cleopatra was closer in time to the moon landing than to the building of the pyramids. This one absolutely breaks people's brains. Most people imagine Cleopatra standing next to workers building the pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Giza was already ancient when Cleopatra was alive. In fact, Cleopatra lived around 2,000 years after the pyramids were built. Here's the crazy part. Cleopatra lived closer to the 1969 moon landing than she did to the construction of the Great Pyramid. Let that sink in. To Cleopatra, the pyramids were already ancient historical monuments. She was basically visiting the Egyptian equivalent of a really, really old historical site. History isn't a straight line, so there you have it. 5 surprising facts about Cleopatra. She wasn't actually Egyptian. She spoke multiple languages. She smuggled herself into a palace. Much of her reputation came from enemy propaganda. And she lived closer to the moon landing than to the building of the pyramids. The more you learn about Cleopatra, the less she looks like a movie character and the more she looks like one of the most intelligent and ambitious leaders of the ancient world. Which fact surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more strange and fascinating stories from history. See you in the next video.